Hey everyone, it's Robert and you're watching Sidestep Adventures. So I'm about to show you a really cool cemetery that I've been wanting to film for a long time. As you can see, it's down this little gated road, and I actually came up here looking for it a couple times, haven't been able to find it. Well, today I succeeded and found the cemetery, and with help actually from a local resident who I came up and they were in their yard, and I rolled up and said, "Hey, where's the cemetery at?" And they directed me up here. Now that I'm seeing it, I'm not sure. I think this is a different cemetery from the one that I'm actually was looking for. Wow, it's in really bad shape. I'm about to show it to you guys, but I wanted to tell you first, I was going down here looking for the cemetery, and went behind the gate because the lady told me there's a gate. You go behind it. I went behind this gate and wound up down someone's driveway. So if by chance you happen to see this video, sorry I walked down your driveway. All right, let's look at the cemetery. So wow, this is incredible. You can see the wrought iron gate here. That looks like a grave right there that's just been utterly destroyed, and this place looks in terrible condition. So that's why I'm wondering if this isn't another cemetery that I don't know about, because the pictures that I've seen of the cemetery that I'm looking for described it a little bit differently, and it was in much better shape. And this is terrible here. It looks almost like that was plowed up. I mean, and the gate, the way it's destroyed, I thought maybe a tree fell on it, but I mean, it almost looks like, I don't know how that would have been pushed over besides some kind of heavy equipment. And wow, this is a grave here. These are in terrible shape. They don't look marked, so there's no real idea of who's buried here. That one might be marked right there. We'll take a look at it in a minute. Look at this one, the way the ground is just completely collapsed in. This is pretty sad, actually. That's another one. That was a above ground vault. I'm pretty sure this looks like it was vandalized to me. As you see, this would have been actually up above the ground, and those would have been on the sides. There's another piece of it. Yeah, this definitely is not the one that I was originally looking for, because the one I was originally looking for on the pictures that I saw had a building right beside it, and the pictures were only from a few years ago. So this is actually marked. So we'll be able to get a name off of this one. Okay, so I don't believe at all that this is the one that I was looking for. But these are some old graves here. Let me put some light on it, see if I can read these a little bit better. Told you guys I got a flashlight, by the way. It says, "In memory of Mary M." Let me turn the light down, maybe. All right, "In memory of Mary M., wife of Stephen Pace, and daughter of John and Martha Artis. Born," hold on, let me wipe that right there. "Born May 30th, 1812, died January 16th, 1850. Wow. And that's it's a pretty elaborate marker right there. Well, I hate to see a cemetery in this far gone shape. This is what happens to a cemetery when all the people who knew the people that were buried here die themselves, and the people become long forgotten, and it's kind of what happens to a cemetery when you find one that's overgrown. But this is more than just overgrown. This is just absolutely destroyed, and I hate to see that. I find it a hard time that this was just from a tree falling, because of the way the stones are pushed in right there. It looks like it was bulldozed. Let me know what you guys think. This is very, very sad. And if this is the cemetery that I was looking for, then it's really gone downhill. Look at that. There's more graves right there. Let's see if I can spotlight this a little bit. There we go. So there we go, where the spotlight is. That's a grave, and that's a grave there as well. We got one name off of this cemetery, and the name definitely does not coincide with the name of the other cemetery I was looking for. So I don't believe that's it. I believe this is just another, maybe undiscovered or previously undiscovered cemetery. Look at that. That's where a squirrel's been eating that pine cone. And of course, that's a grave right there. Let me get this back on spotlight, because that's another grave right there. And that's probably a child's grave right there, because it's very small indention. And of course, this one right here. This is really, really amazing. And look at how elaborate these graves were with that. Looks like the stone looks like it was cut rather than just field stone being placed. Looks like it was purposely cut into squares. In fact, yeah, you can see right there marks where it was drilled, and then you know, like blown up, I guess is how they did it, with dynamite to make smaller pieces. Not entirely sure how all of that works. But this is pretty amazing. But I do, you know, I guess that one just collapsed in. Maybe the coffin or the grave collapsed and sank in like they do, and this one just collapsed. But I almost wondered if that was vandalism. It could have been. I think that was over there, the above ground crypt that we saw. And all through the woods there's more and more rocks, and it could be graves. I don't remember if we looked at that one, but there's a grave right there. You may have just seen it twice. I'm gonna walk up here a little bit, just look through the woods, see if maybe there's more, or if that's it. Yeah, there's definitely more. Check this out. That's an indention right there, and so are those. There's someone coming down the road. Wonder if they're gonna wonder what I'm doing back here. It is kind of late in the evening. Should be looking for graves. Oh look! Wow! This just keeps going. So there's a clear indention right there where my beam of light is, and there's another one right there. It's in the shape of a grave. Oh wow, there are more up here. I see a headstone right in front of me. I'm glad I kept walking.